Now on Eyewitness News at 4:30, thousands of people paying their respects to George Floyd during a public visitation in Houston, Texas. Floyd's memorial comes exactly 2 weeks to the day after he was killed at the hands of police in Minneapolis. And all 4 officers involved in his death are facing charges right now. Protests over his killing continue nationwide. You are taking a live look at pictures from Milford, where there's a solidarity protest happening right now. Demonstrators demanding an end to racism and police brutality have been here on the green since 3:30. And things started here in Connecticut with a small group of clergy at the Capitol. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino was there with them this morning. He joins us live from the Capitol with more. Mike, what can you tell us?
Well, Aaron, as you can see behind me, there's still a few left. There's actually a few more. They just left and they'll be back. They've been kind of coming and going all day. Started with a dozen or really more than a dozen, probably more like 20 this morning. They say that they'll be here all day, every day, urging the legislature to come back in. They say that they're happy to see the marches, but it's time to stop with that and to get to actually making some changes.
We will be here. We will occupy the grounds of this state capitol until that call is made.
A group of interfaith clergy calling on lawmakers today to return to the Capitol for a special session and for the top priority to be police reforms. The gathering comes on the same day as a memorial in Houston for George Floyd, who was killed by a police officer while in handcuffs on May 25th. The death has sparked 2 weeks of protests around the country and here in Connecticut.
There was something about the open brutality and the inhumane disrespect of very life that touched people, not only black people, but it touched all people.
The clergy weren't the only ones calling for a special session. Senator Gary Winfield and Representative Robin Porter, both New Haven Democrats, also said action is needed. Governor Ned Lamont agreed on Friday on the need to address systematic racism.
We got to do a better job of keeping people safe, and that's what today is all about.
Lamont Chief of Staff Paul Mounds, seen here on the right, came out to talk with the group today. A special session is needed because the coronavirus kept the legislature from voting on a single bill.
I'm not coming back to this building for business as usual.
Porter and Winfield pointed out some lawmakers joining rallies have blocked police reforms in the past. They challenged those lawmakers to be more supportive now.
But if you believe differently than you believe, then you need to be here when we call on more accountability for police, when we call on investigations that are separate from the investigations we currently have.
They also say they want to address racial disparities in education, housing, and healthcare. But they say policing has to come first.
There's a lot that needs to be addressed, but I say that police brutality has to be the priority in special session because dead people don't need none of what I just mentioned.
Now, the clergy said that they will also be fasting for justice until a session is called. Lamont does sit on a task force on police accountability and reforms. They had a meeting today. He also has planned a call to the Black and Puerto Rican caucus for today. Reporting live from the Capitol, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.